I've been investing in real estate since 2007. And in my journey, there are some houses that I regret buying and there's some houses that I wish I would have bought. However, what you need to know is to never buy these particular houses I will discuss in this video. All right? Because of the challenges they come with. You don't want to invest in something that you're not going to get the proper return. And even if you win a little bit in the deal, you want to invest in something that's not going to stress you out and have the least level of resistance to get into the end goal. You don't want something that's just going to have you not sleeping at night, or, it's so hard to get the money out the deal because you just bought a bad property. So let's talk about what's a bad property. Let's talk about weird floor plans. All right, what is a weird floor plan? If you live in a city that's older, what I mean older, early 1900s, where houses are built 1940s, 1950s. Some people live in areas where they have houses still standing from the late 1800s. But if you live in one of those areas, right, and the floor plan is weird, what does a weird floor plan look like? Let's say the property is a 3-bedroom house, right? And you have to go through somebody's bedroom to get to the bathroom, and that's the only bathroom in the house. Well, that's what we consider a weird floor plan. Now, what's going to happen is your renters will probably have a choice not to rent that one. And if you're going to flip it and you don't add a bathroom, you are screwed. And sometimes to add a bathroom to one of those properties with a weird floor plan, you got to redo the whole floor plan because they might have it set up, whereas it's not necessarily a master, but it's like there's a bedroom here and then there's a little hall there. The hall may be 2-3 feet, and then there's another door to the bathroom, So now you got to redo, not only that, you got to figure out how do I add another bathroom, etc. So you have to bring in the designer and of course an engineer if you have to, because you might have to move walls, etc. So you don't want to get caught up in that if you don't have to. Another situation is of a weird plan, whereas you gotta walk through the kitchen to get to somebody's bedroom. If you can avoid that, where you gotta walk through the kitchen to get to somebody's bedroom, you wanna avoid that, right? Like, let's avoid that. And I'm talking about legal bedroom, closet, windows, it's legally a bedroom, but I gotta go through the kitchen to get to that person's bedroom, the other 2 bedrooms in the back. So weird floor plans, that's a no. Stay away from that. Number 2, steep driveways. What is a steep driveway? Steep driveway is whereas the car is at street level, but then you gotta take a hard dip, and it's like a 90-degree angle, literally, and then it flattens out, and that's the property. The reason why you don't want a steep driveway because it is hard on people's transmissions. All right, to do that every day, especially with older cars, very hard on people's transmissions. And secondly, they can flood. All right. So if the street level is here, but the house sits down here, well, what happens? Water comes down. So if you get heavy rain, now it's a possibility you could get flooded out. So to avoid that, stay away from steep driveways. It could cause a lot of unnecessary problems, all right? And if you do say, hey, you know what, I'm not gonna listen to that guy, I'm gonna get a steep driveway, make sure you're getting a big discount. And have the seller do a flood report before you buy the property and you want a steep discount. But you as a real estate investor trying to sell that property, man, you're gonna have some challenges and you're gonna sit for a while. Number 3, busy roads. What does that mean, a busy road? Well, a busy road is something on the main road, right? And some people could say, yo, if it got double yellow lines, stay away from it. But I'm gonna say if it's on the main road, man, bro, you will be sitting on the market for a while trying to resell that thing. So if you're a real estate investor And the houses in the neighborhood are going for $350,000. And you're looking at something on the main road that's a busy road. I wouldn't pay no more than $270, $280, or stay away from that. All right? Meaning that house on that main road is probably worth $270, $280. So base your numbers off that value, because inside the neighborhood they're getting $350. Now, what does this mean, right? So you got to back your numbers up. That don't mean pay $280. I'm telling you to back your numbers up so that you know that, you're going to have to significantly discount this thing to sell. Now, if you're somebody looking to move into the property, try to avoid that unless you're getting a crazy steep discount on that particular property. The reason being, families who buy property as the end buyer, they consider that to be dangerous. Why they consider that to be dangerous? Because their dog can run out in the street and get hit. Their kids can run out in the street and get hit. A drunk driver can run up on their lawn and hit their child, their dog, or crash into their house. Depending on where you're from, I've seen these things happen before. I remember I bought something on a main strip one time, and we were sitting in the market for like 2-3 months. Sitting on the market like 2-3 months, like, oh man. And that was the feedback we were getting. The feedback was, well, you're on a busy street. You're on a busy street. So I learned from that. And this was a nice area, a very nice area. Very nice area. I think we sold that property for like $380. Today that house is probably worth about $750. At least $750 on that particular street. But it was on a busy road, so people were giving us a lot of pushback, like, I like it, but I don't feel comfortable with my kids playing in the front yard on the main road, or my dog playing in front of the yard. He always has to go to the backyard, etc. I just want something tucked in the neighborhood. So I learned from that experience, and I learned, like, try to stay away from houses on busy roads unless you're getting a crazy discount. Meaning that if houses are worth $350, you're getting it at a price, whereas you can sell it for $280 and then it sell fast, because people are like, well, technically I get the same school zone as the people inside that neighborhood. I get the same quality of neighbors, the people inside. The only thing I got is the inconvenience of it being on the main road. Okay, so keep that in mind. Number 4. 2-bedroom, 1-bath houses in family-based areas. So what does that mean? That means that if you got an area, whereas the majority of the houses are 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, right? In Charlotte, North Carolina, we have some areas like this. In some parts of what we call like the university area, I used to see these 2-bedroom, 1 baths, and I would always wholesale them. I would never try to keep them. I would always try to just wholesale them, because of when an area is predominantly families, right? You don't want the 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, because that's going to limit the people who buy it if you try to retail the house, meaning you're trying to flip it, or the people who want to live in that area to rent. It limits them, okay? Because it's a majority family area, and then you have this 2-bedroom, 1-bath, so it limits the people that are looking for that particular house. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, stay away from 2-bedroom, 1-bath house in family areas. However, you do have what's called like specialty unique areas. Like Charlotte has an area, it's called Nodi, and it's the art district of Charlotte. And in this art district, for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, you could get $450,000 for that house, right? So if you get the house for $200,000, put about $100,000 into it, now you win $300,000. You can sell it for $450 easy. Now getting the house for $200,000 is going to be a challenge. It's going to be some type of pre-foreclosure or foreclosure, but you get where I'm going here. However, that's a specialty area, meaning that area doesn't attract your traditional home buyer, okay? And Charlotte has a few areas that doesn't attract their traditional home buyer, so therefore you could get away with a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. But in the majority of Charlotte, you gotta be mindful of what you have. Do I own 2-bedroom, 1-bath house? Yes, but they're not in family-oriented areas. There were in areas where they were majority rentals, okay? And I have those. So just be mindful and educate yourself on the 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. But if it's in a family area, stay away from it. Number 5, stay away from condos. All right, stay away from condos. Stay away from those HOAs because they can do something called a special assessment. What does that mean? They can do a special assessment. So let's say that there's a condo community and they need their roof done and they got quoted $50,000. So they're short $25,000. Well, they can go to the community and say, listen, we know y'all was paying $150 a month, right? Which is affordable. And with that $150, it maintains the outside maintenance of the house, the front lawns, the cleaning, the garbage, water, and cable. Let's say throw cable for $150. So right, it's affordable. Now they can say, well, we got to get the roof done. So being that we got to get the roof done, we need to charge y'all $450 for the next 2 years. You like, yo, what? So yes, they can do that. All right. So please try to stay away when it comes to buying a condo. So listen, I hope that was helpful. And what I want to do at this time, please go ahead and click on that video next to me of this duplex and check out this floor plan, which ain't the best, but I'm gonna let you walk through it and let me know what you think about it on the next video. I'm Nasa, aka the real estate guru. I'm not a guru, I'm a guru because I actually do this business. Peace.